Hello and welcome to the module on the processing of plastics. Let us begin by looking at the meaning of the term plastics. What are plastics? Plastics are non-metallic organic materials made from petroleum products such as crude oil or from the latex of rubber trees. They are man-made materials that can be molded or shaped into any desired shape. Let's look at the interesting properties of plastics. 1. Plastics are molded or shaped at very high temperatures. 2. They are derived from organic materials. 3. Plastics do not break easily like ceramics. 4. They are much lighter than metals, wood or ceramics. 5. They have low resistance to heat. 6. They are resistant to rust or corrosion. 7. They are insulators of electricity. And this brings us to the different types of plastics available. Types of plastics. There are two different types of plastics. These are thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. And now we are going to look at each of them in details. Thermoplastics. These are plastics which when heated become soft and turns into liquid. They can be remolded into any other shape again. Some of the examples of thermoplastics include buckets, cups, bowls, etc. Thermosetting plastics. These are also known as thermosets. They are plastics which when heated cannot be melted again. Instead they become permanently hardened. They can only burn instead of melting. Some of the examples of thermosetting plastics are button, lamp holders, wall sockets, plastic handles of cooking utensils, etc. They are used for high temperature applications. And now we are going to discuss the various methods of processing plastics. Plastic products are made from synthetic resins. These resins are plastic materials in solid, semi-solid or liquid form. There are many ways of making plastics from the synthetic resins. The choice of any method depends on the plastic products to be made, as well as its use. The typical methods of processing plastics are compression molding, injection molding, vacuum forming, extrusion molding, calendering, blow molding. We are going to discuss each of them in details. First, compression molding. This involves the process of forcing the heated resin into the mold under great heat and pressure. It is allowed to harden in the mold cavity before removal. Thermoset plastic articles such as switches, sockets, control knobs for appliances and lamp holders can be produced with this method. Injection molding. This involves the process of injecting a hot molten resin into the mold by means of a plunger. The plastic is formed as it is forced into the mold and stays there until it is completely cool. This method is used to produce thermoplastic articles such as valves, combs, buckets, cups, the air intake grill of air conditioners, etc. Vacuum forming. This is effected by first heating a plastic sheet almost to a melting point, after which the heat is removed. Air is sucked out from the space between the plastic and the mold in order to create a vacuum. The plastic material is forced into the mold under atmospheric pressure and assumes the shape of the mold. It is used in the manufacture of objects such as buckets, cups, bags, etc. Extrusion molding. This involves the process of feeding the powdered resin into a rotating screw where it is turned into a viscous fluid. The plastic material is forced out through a die and gradually hardens. Thermoplastic products such as tubes, pipes, rods, coated wires are made in this manner. Calendering. This is accomplished by spreading an even layer of melted resin over the material to be coated. Rollers are used to bring the material and resin to an even thickness until it cools and solidifies. This method is used to produce thermoplastic articles such as films, filament, corrugated plastic sheets, etc. Blow molding. This involves the process of blowing air into the hot plastic material injected into the mold, which is in the shape of the required article. It is used for making hollow articles such as flasks, plastic bottles, etc. Transfer molding. This is similar to compression molding. It involves heating the resin to a point of plasticity before transferring it into the mold cavity. It is used for molding intricate products such as those with metal inserts or with small deep holes. And this brings us to the end of the lesson on the module processing of plastics. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson and found it interesting. I'll see you again in the next module. Until then, have a nice day.